All right, infielder Parker Byrd joining us. Parker, how you doing, man?
Doing great. How about yourself?
Doing good. I was immersed in watching football all weekend while you guys were out on the diamond playing some baseball. So
Yeah.
I saw on social media you got at least one base knock this weekend.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about you first. How'd your scrimmaging go over the
Yeah,
weekend?
it went good. Starting to see the ball pretty well. Our pitchers are looking really good. So it's definitely a lot harder to hit when you have a lot of top notch guys out there. But seeing the ball well and our hitting philosophy just as a unit is just getting better each and every scrimmage. So it looks good.
Good to hear. Are you playing in the field at all or just hitting?
I'm just DHing during the scrimmages.
Yeah. So let's talk about those arms. Some we know, some we don't. What arms do you think shined this weekend? Who stood out to you?
Well, just in general, from the scrimmages, Sean Jenkins, 17-year-old, looks really good. Brett Antelope, I think I say his last name, from A&M, he looks really good. Brad Pruitt from Oklahoma looks really good. So, I mean, we got a lot of new guys that just look, honestly, really dominant. RT, Ryan Towers from LMU, I think, he looks dominant. I mean, I don't know if he's giving up a run all fall, and he's about to be out a little bit, just getting some stuff done to his knee, but it's nothing too major. But he looks really good.
How about the returners? If those guys come back stronger, we've talked to Ethan Norby and Colby Wallace is throwing some as well. What has there been a returner that showed up like, man, he's got a little something he didn't have last year?
They've definitely added some pitches. You can tell AK's been working hard with them. Norby struck me out a couple weeks ago, and his outings haven't been great in general. I know he's getting better each week, but he struck me out with some pitch. I was like 91 that I haven't never seen out of him. And I told him afterwards, I was like, dude, like, that's good. Like, and he's looked really good the past week or so. But D-Lo's just started pitching a little bit, so the guys are getting back in the groove and looking good.
I saw a monster home run. I believe Irby.
Yeah, little Herbs. Yeah,
man, hit it onto the practice field a little bit.
Yeah, he's done really well the past couple weeks, but his brother looks good as well, Michael Irby. He didn't pitch last year because of his arm, but he's back this year, and he's looking good so far as well.
So the family connection there, you got the family connection with the Norbys and the Irbys.
Yeah, the Irbys, they faced off last week too, and little Irby hit a double off of him after he hit a home run, so that was pretty cool, but I'm sure they faced each other probably 4,000 times in their life.
How many new guys kind of are standing out at the plate right now? We talked about some of the new pitchers. How about at bat? Anybody in mind?
Alex Boucher looks really good from ODU. Roger from JUCO somewhere in Florida looks good in the middle. So that we don't have nearly as much bats as we do arms transfers wise. So those two guys look really good, I think.
Yeah, it's interesting how this team is constructed, and this is what had to be done with all the players leaving the program due to graduation or otherwise. So it is you're getting to know these guys, and now you're hitting the field with them, and hopefully by February you'll kind of all be as one. But that's part of it, right? Just kind of getting to know all these guys. Yeah,
it was definitely weird the first couple weeks or so, just walking into that clubhouse, not really knowing everybody. But I think this group's going to be really tight, and we already have a great bond. So.
And knowing Cliff Godwin, it doesn't matter if it's all new guys, all returners, whatever. He's going to do things his way, and that is why this culture has been so prosperous during his time here. So if you're new, you got to catch up. You got to learn quick, right?
Yeah. So you got to buy in, and once everybody buys in, it's really fun.
You got guys going to you like, "Hey man, how the hell do you do this?"
It's weird being an older guy, I guess.
Yeah, already, right?
Yeah, but it's good.
Yeah. I love hearing there's so many stories about freshmen that are like, I don't think I can do this. And then there's a veteran that said, I think Danny's been on both sides of it, where he said, how do y'all, does it get any easier? And then by, 4 years later, he's telling the guy, hey man, just stick with it.
Yeah.
So it's that cycle, but love that buy-in, and that's why you guys have so much success.
That's right.
Parker Byrd joining us. You got a question for Parker, you can ask it via YouTube, Facebook, or X. Right now, the New York Mets off to a hot start in L.A. They are up 6-0. Got underway with a leadoff home run. Can't do any better than that. Francisco Lindor hit a grand slam in the second inning, so you've got a 6-0 ball game.
Francisco Lindor?
Lindor hit the leadoff home run, and then that was kind of a run-on sentence. Vientos hit the granny.
Okay.
6-0 there in the third inning on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by the Buck. Parker, a fellow Braves fan. So how are you watching this postseason? Do you have a rooting interest at this point?
So Chance Hall, freshman last year, I guess redshirt freshman this year, is a big Mets fan. And he's a great dude. So I want to see the Mets win for him, but not necessarily pulling for the Mets, just really pulling against the Dodgers, I would say.
Fair enough.
And I like Lindor, man. He plays the game hard. He plays it the right way. And I'm not too much a Pete Alonso fan, but I guess I'm rooting against the Dodgers, I would say.
If I'm making like my hate rankings for baseball, the Mets, Dodgers, and Yankees are all top 5 to 8 probably.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go
Phillies are in there, right?
They are number 1.
Okay, good.
Phillies are 1. I got to go Gav and the Guardians at this point.
Yeah.
No, that's the only team that I would like to see win this thing. So.
Honestly, either team from the AL. I mean, I don't necessarily dislike the Yankees.
See, you grew up in the 90s. The Yankees beat the Braves twice in the World Series, and they won all the time, and it was Yankee fatigue.
Yeah, see, I guess it's just a different generation.
Yeah, they really hadn't been that great in a long time.
I used to like Derek Jeter, so I mean, I wouldn't say necessarily pull for him, but I don't pull against him.
I did not like Jeter because he was a Yankee, and so that immediately made me dislike him. But I watched the documentary. It was like 2 or 3 parts, whatever. Yeah. And I was like, dang, I definitely respect the dude. It really made me kind of change my tune on him.
Yeah. It's crazy how those documentaries will definitely make you see the inside perspective. I think it's the wide receiver one, not the quarterback, but the wide receiver. It made me really like that Amon St. Brown from the Detroit Lions.
Crazy story. His dad was like a bodybuilder.
And, I don't know why I just really pull for the guy now.
Yeah. But Jeter had that like Kobe, Michael Jordan thing where he just like refused to lose and refused for anybody not to work around. Like he was determined. Man.
Yeah, it's that DNA. I love it.
Parker Byrd joining us inside the Pirate Radio studios. So what do we got coming up? Parker, Purple Gold World Series.
Yeah.
And then any scrimmages? Are you still scrimmaging Pitt?
Yeah, I think we're playing Pitt Saturday, I'm pretty sure.
Awesome.
So that'll be good.
Good to see just a different uniform.
Yeah,
right?
Honestly, you're right. I mean, we're beating up on the same guys, seeing the same arms. So, and it'll be good to see 9 guys out there instead of the whole team.
Right.
See how some guys respond and see how if some guys can rise to the pressure. So.
I know you guys were supposed to play App, but I think due to the weather, that one got canceled. So, but Purple Gold World Series after that. So Colby and Ethan said you guys drafted teams for the scrimmages this past weekend, and those things can get interesting, right?
Yeah, it was. I was on the losing side. Yeah, we got swept actually.
So who won, Jake Hunter or Riley Johnson?
Riley Johnson.
All right. Poor Jake.
Yeah, we were definitely on the losing side. It was unfortunate. We had to do a little punishment today. Not too bad, just a little weight room workout. So, but it was good. It was good to see that competitive spirit. And yesterday they got up to a hot start. Team Gold did, which is Johnson's team, 5-0 on us, and I think we responded maybe in the 5th inning. We only played like 6, so. We scored 4 runs, so it was a tight ball game.
Is weight room, is that even a punishment for you? You love weight room, right?
Yeah, I love it. Well, we had our lift, and then we just did a little bit of ab circuit and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I mean, it wasn't too bad. If Thunder, our strength coach, is listening, it was horrible. But
a couple of questions for Parker. What does Parker feel like he got better at over the summer?
I would definitely say more power in my swing. You can tell the ball is kind of jumping off a little bit better. And really it's just because I learned how to use my lower body in my swing. And I think seeing live pitching in New Bern this past summer has been really key to these fall at-bats as well. So,
this is probably a dumb question, but like mechanically, how much different is your swing now than it was when you were in high school with what you had?
It's a lot different, just because I use my front leg as the gas and the brake now, and I still scissor with my back leg, which is kind of like kicking back. So in high school, I really didn't do that too much. It was just kind of your typical swing, but I just had to learn how to use it to my advantage.
And also, Jamie asking, how did it feel to run the bases? Is that something we'll see you do this year?
Yeah. It was good. Just getting that speed back, and I about beat out a ground ball this past weekend, so it was pretty cool to actually feel like it was somewhat a bang play.
Do you think you've kind of maxed out at speed, or is that something you can get better at?
No, it's definitely, I can still probably get better at it as the time goes on. And maybe when I'm done with baseball, I'll focus on that majority, but just trying to move the best I can now.
As far as the prosthetic you have, is that kind of permanent, or do you like get new ones? How does that work?
So with CAF, I think they will probably continue to give me grants, but honestly, started my process. Last time I went, he had this cool idea, and I was like, "Hey, if you think it's best." But what I'm in now is honestly really good, and I really like it. So hopefully that's permanent. But they're always improving with the technology, man. So it's really cool to see.
Yeah, and part of what you do now too, Parker, is motivate kids and adults, all ages, right? So I know you speak quite a bit, and how much more comfortable have you got doing that? Like, you were kind of thrown into the spotlight almost. Were you comfortable then, or is that something you had to get used to?
I definitely get used to it, yeah. And being from Lawrenceburg, North Carolina, it's kind of the middle of nowhere, and everybody has a country accent. And I used to mumble really bad, and even my parents used to pick on me in high school. It's like, hey, I'll tell you what you're not going to be when you grow up as a public speaker. And so today,
you're proving everybody wrong.
Looking back at that, it's pretty funny, but it's definitely something I've gotten used to, and I honestly really enjoy it now. Just seeing the positive impact I can have on people and just using my story for the good, I think is the key thing.
That's fantastic. You are an inspiration to a lot. Who inspires you? Have you had talks with people in similar, I'm sure you have, circumstances? Who's kind of raised you up a little bit?
I would say, honestly, the younger generation, honestly. Just seeing people go through stuff that I've went through, or even people that are born without a missing limb that dream of playing collegiate baseball. I mean, I've met so many people through the Challenge Athletes Foundation that wish they had the opportunity I have. So I would say more of that than anything.
Parker Byrd joining us. Parker, let's do some superlatives real quick. So let's do hardest thrower. Who's got the fastest? Who's got the highest number on the gun for the Pirates right now?
I think Sean Jenkins touched a 97 yesterday. But honestly, this year, like 95 is normal, which is really cool to see. Because, I mean, obviously last year out the pen, we didn't really have that too much. We had Danny's Bill's savviness, which worked, but it was never 95.
No.
But this year it's really cool to see the velo. But I would say 97 is probably the hardest thrown pitch. But all around, it's pretty cool to see.
It's probably tough to explain in words, but like, how different is 92 to 97 as a hitter?
It's a big difference, And one of our key philosophies for hitting is just being on time. And I think Henry Lartiga's done a phenomenal job of kind of installing that. And because we have 31 new guys on team, but the hitters, we have a lot of new hitters. So those guys are finally, you can tell, starting to buy in. And it's at first, the first couple of weeks, it was kind of hard to be on time for 95 miles an hour. But it's starting to look kind of normal to us, which in the long run is going to help us out a lot.
No doubt. Parker, how about if we're doing like a video game attributes, who has the highest power bar? Who's got the most pop, would you say?
I don't know. That's a tough one. Honestly, sneaky pick here, but I would say Walker Barron. I would say he's really hit the ball good this fall so far, but I know he has a lot of juice in the tank. But obviously you have the Dixon Williams, who can hit the ball far, and Austin Irby, but also Braxton Trammell. He's a freshman, and he's the biggest freshman I've ever seen in my life. But it's pretty cool.
All right, got some pop. Who is I guess Riley's still on the team, so fastest Pirate, would it be Riley or somebody else?
Alex Peltier's really fast, a freshman. David Lillis is also really fast. So we got a lot of speed in the young core too.
All right. Any other superlatives we could do? Chandler,
Go
Jared?
glove.
Gold glove.
Who's got the fastest hands with the
Fastest
glove there?
hand. I would either have to give that to Nick Parm or Alex Boucher, I would say.
All right.
Yeah.
Jared, you got one?
Yeah, not really baseball related, but who's the biggest like jokester?
Davin Whitaker. That was easy. right on spot.
You got to have a good clubhouse guy.
Yeah, he's funny, man. That dude makes me laugh more than anybody else.
But I remember Cliff Godwin saying this to me, and I think he puts me in the clown category. But he says there's a difference between having a good sense of humor and being a clown.
Yeah,
I was like, boy, that one kind of hurt. Is that?
Yeah, he has to remind Davin of that a lot. But he's funny.
Remember that, Jarrett. There's a difference. Good sense of humor.
I'm
or
a clown. I'll always be a clown.
You embrace the clownness.
I love it.
John,
Nothing else.
we about wrapped it up with Parker.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of some good superlatives. Who's the smartest guy on the team? Who's got the highest GPA right now?
Ooh,
And where do you fall in that category?
I'm pretty high, man. I have always.
Good.
But I don't know. Chance Hall is really smart. He's really, really smart. And he's one of my classes. So I know he's really smart, but I'll probably say Chance Hall.
What are you? What's your major?
Business.
Okay.
Business entrepreneurship. So
Everything going smooth there. When are you on track to graduate?
next year. So I'm on track.
Sweet.
Whenever I came in, I was actually ahead. But with my accident, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be here probably for 5 years. So, yeah.
Hey man, John, you got a bit of a country twang. I do as well, being from Wonderful. So
right.
people think we're not smart just because of the way we talk, Parker.
That's right.
It's incorrect. My man's getting all A's. John was in Beta
I
Club.
was Beta Club, baby.
Hey, me too, baby.
Sir.
I was in AG when I was in 4th grade. So yeah,
AG honor roll.
smart kids, man.
That's right.
Parker, enjoyed it. What you guys got coming up this week? More practice?
Just more
ball?
practice. Mondays are off day now, so more practice, and hopefully we'll have a good week of scrimmages and practice. So.
Commanders update, fall to the Ravens 30-23.
Yeah.
You still feeling all right?
Yeah, I am. I just saw where Jonathan Allen's
that
out,
sucks.
which is awful, but Jaden Daniels is the truth, man. He's good.
Looked good when they got down yesterday and didn't give up. Like they got something, I think.
Yeah, I do too. I think it's one or two more years into a Super Bowl, I feel like, but
That's what I like to hear.
heck yeah.
Let's go and get in the playoffs this year. Let's be ahead of schedule.
Yeah.
And then we'll get that Super Bowl
I know.
in a
Let's
couple
win
years.
in NFC East this year.
It's right there in front of us.
That's right.
Parker, thank you, man. Keep up
Yes,
the good
sir.
work. We'll talk to you again soon.
That's right. Thank you.
Parker Byrd, ECU Baseball, joining us.